Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today, we're going to talk about a decisive moment that many men underestimate: the after the date. A lot of guys believe that the conquest ends when you take a woman out, pay the bill, and drive her home. But the truth is that it's right after that moment when the real game begins. What you say or do in the hours or days after the first date can define whether there will be a second one, or if the spark dies right there. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on notifications. Because here we reveal the behind the scenes of dating, the mistakes that push women away, and of course the attitudes that really make the difference. And if you've been through a similar situation, drop a comment down below and share your story. Your experience might help someone who is living the exact same dilemma right now. So get ready, because today I'll show you the biggest mistakes men make after the first date. And most importantly, how to actually behave if you want to win her over instead of pushing her away. Top 5. Asking her to pay you back after the date. One of the most awkward mistakes a man can make is asking the woman to pay for her share after the date is already over. Picture this. You go out, enjoy a nice dinner, everything seems fine, and the next day you text her asking to transfer half of the bill. This instantly breaks the mood, because instead of looking like partnership, it feels transactional. When you invite someone out, the natural expectation is that the evening will be about pleasure and connection, not a financial settlement. Asking her to pay you back later makes her feel like she was part of a business deal, not a romantic experience. It completely kills the atmosphere of charm and closeness. The issue isn't splitting the bill itself. If that's agreed on from the start, it's different. The problem is charging her afterwards, as if the date had hidden terms and conditions. This shows financial insecurity and, even worse, a lack of generosity. Many women interpret it as immaturity and a red flag for future relationships. The right way to handle this is with natural generosity. If you invited her, take responsibility. If she insists on splitting, accept it gracefully. But never make her feel indebted to you. What she will remember is not the money spent, but the experience and the impression you left. Remember, a date is not a transaction. It's an investment in connection, and if the connection is real, future dates will matter far more than who paid what. Top 4. Excessive self-praise and ego trips. Another huge mistake that ruins any chance of attraction is when a man starts boasting after the date. Sending messages like, "You just met the best guy in the world," or implying she'll never find anyone like you doesn't sound confident. It sounds arrogant. Real attraction doesn't come from bragging, it comes from authenticity and behavior. This type of attitude gives the impression that you're desperately trying to sell yourself. But instead of admiration, it creates doubt or even laughter. Nobody enjoys someone who constantly glorifies themselves, because it exposes insecurity disguised as superiority. What she wants after the date is to feel if there was genuine chemistry, not hear a list of reasons why you think you're special. The truth is, your value is shown in your actions, in the respect you demonstrate, and in your genuine interest in her, not in how much you promote yourself. The right approach is simple. Be sincere without overdoing it. A message saying you enjoyed her company, that the conversation flowed well, or that you'd like to see her again is more than enough. This shows maturity and interest without arrogance. So avoid the ego trip. Don't place yourself on a pedestal. Instead, show her through authentic actions that you value the time you shared. That speaks louder than any self-promotion. Top 3. Disappearing completely. One of the most common yet fatal mistakes is going silent after the date. Many men think that by not showing interest, the woman will get curious and chase them. But reality works differently. Silence doesn't create curiosity. It creates disappointment. When you disappear, the message she receives is that the date meant nothing. She starts to wonder if she wasted her time. And that quickly erases any excitement she might have felt. In modern dating, being ignored isn't mysterious, it's frustrating. The problem is confusing mystery with lack of attention. Mystery means pacing yourself, not giving everything at once, but cutting off communication entirely. That doesn't build tension, it kills connection. The better way is to send a simple, thoughtful message. Something like, "I really enjoyed our time yesterday. It was great getting to know you." Short, genuine, and clear. It shows interest and respect without being overwhelming. Disappearing may feel like a strategy, but it's actually a fast track to being forgotten. Balanced communication, on the other hand, keeps the spark alive and leaves the door open for a second date. Top 2. Sending overly clingy messages. If vanishing is a mistake, overloading her with messages is just as bad. Another huge turnoff is texting nonstop after the date, flooding her with declarations of love, or even saying you're already in love. Instead of coming across as romantic, it comes across as anxious and needy. The main issue here is pressure. You're placing a heavy emotional weight on something that's still new. Instead of creating curiosity, you smother it. Instead of making her want to see you again, you risk making her feel suffocated. Too many messages also reveal insecurity. They scream, "I need constant validation," and nothing kills attraction faster than desperation. Early declarations of love don't feel authentic. They feel rushed and forced. The solution? Calm down. 1 or 2 thoughtful texts are enough to show interest. Quality matters more than quantity. Let the emotional intensity grow naturally as the connection deepens. So keep it balanced. Show that you're interested without invading her space. Desire has to develop. It can't be forced. Top 1. Pushing for immediate intimacy. Finally, one of the most damaging mistakes men make: pressuring for intimacy right after the first date. Texting her with hints, expecting physical closeness immediately, or framing the next meeting only around that goal completely undermines the bond you're trying to build. This sends a clear message. The date was just a means to an end. Instead of feeling valued, she feels used, as if her worth is tied only to physical satisfaction. That destroys trust before it even has a chance to grow. Real connection develops through respect for the other person's pace. Everyone has their own timing, their own comfort zone. Trying to rush that process reveals immaturity and impatience, and rather than bringing her closer, it pushes her away. The right path is to be patient. If the chemistry is genuine, intimacy will come naturally, at the right moment. Showing that you can respect her boundaries is one of the strongest ways to prove that you're not just after something shallow, but actually care about who she is. So don't pressure her. Value her as a person, not just as a possibility for instant gratification. That's what sets apart a boy who's not ready from a man who truly knows how to build a connection. These are the 5 biggest mistakes men make after the first date. And now you know how to avoid them. The secret lies in balance. Don't be so cold that you disappear, but don't be so intense that you overwhelm her. Show interest without arrogance, respect without rushing, and generosity without keeping score. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you won't miss the upcoming content. Here, we dive deep into the challenges of dating and show you how to stand out without games or manipulation. And I want to hear from you. Which of these mistakes have you made or witnessed before? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your story could help another guy avoid falling into the same traps. That's all for today, my friends. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and until next time.